Hi folks, Lee here. Welcome back to the channel. So, obviously the big movie everyone's talking about just now is Alien Romulus, the latest addition to the Alien franchise. And I actually went to see it myself a couple of nights ago. So, I thought it'd be a cool idea to do a little review of it. Now, first things first, I love the Alien franchise. I love pretty much anything to do with it. And I played a lot of Alien Isolation, which this film is quite inspired by. The director himself has said that, so I was really excited to go and see it and see kind of some of that in it. And I wasn't disappointed. So, uh, first things first, I'll say off the bat, I thought it was quite a good film, but obviously we'll talk about that a little bit later on. The gameplay I've got on just now is actually Aliens Fireteam Elite, which is a game I never really got round to playing, but I actually just bought it literally today. So uh, I played a little demo of it on the Nintendo Switch of all things, and I decided no, I'm gonna get that for the PS5. So that's what I done. So yeah. Anyway, on to the review. So one thing I want to try and do is I'm not going to do any spoilers or anything like that. I don't know if I'll do another video with sort of spoiler points in it, but I'm not going to do it for this one. And to be honest, I don't want to try and kind of tread in the same ground that a lot of the other reviewers have done. I kind of want to go into more why I think this movie is done well and why I think it's a good film. Now, the thing with the Alien franchise, which I think is quite a difficult thing to do, is because you have the first four films, okay? You have the first Alien film, and then you have James Cameron's Aliens, and then you have Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. Now, a lot of the time when people are talking about the classics when it comes to Alien, they're really talking about the first two, because the second two, critically, like, most people agree that they're not quite as good as the first two. Uh, in fact, a lot of people think the fourth one is really terrible. Um, Personally, I like the first two the best, but I still quite like Alien 3. I still think for what it is, it was quite cool. And I think even Alien Resurrection, like, if you just watch it for what it is, I actually quite enjoy it. But that, as I said, I think the first two are actually good films. Now, the problem is you've got Prometheus and Alien Covenant now as well, which is the newer ones. And the problem with all of these is, like, all of these different films are almost like in different genres. So you've got the original Alien, which is full on sci-fi horror, basically. Um, and then you've got Aliens by James Cameron, the second one, which is a straight up kind of more action movie type deal. And then if we're considering like Prometheus and Covenant to be the other two kind of main ones, they're more kind of like full on sci-fis with some of the horror elements, but also it's quite, there's a lot of kind of like philosophical stuff in there as well. And so it was actually quite a tall task, I think, trying to make a good film out of all of this, because there's so many different things. There's even like the Alien versus Predator films, which a lot of people dislike and they aren't really considered canon. I enjoyed them enough, but again, it just adds another complication, really. So, why did I think Alien Romulus done actually quite a good job here? Because the Fede Alvarez, the director of it, he done a really good job, I think, of kind of merging, stuff for there's things here for everyone. So there's a lot of it leans heavily into the original Alien. There is quite a big kind of horror aspect to it. But then you've also got you've got nods to Alien Isolation as well, which is kind of a lot more based in the original, the first Alien movie. In its tone and its theme. So you've got that, and that's a big part of the film. And then again, I'm not going to get into spoilers, but you know, the third act of the film, there's a lot more kind of stuff to do with like Prometheus and Covenant in there as well, and that kind of there's a bit of that throughout the whole film, but it's kind of mainly apparent in the third act. Uh, and then you've got some action bits as well in it, so you've got a bit of, you know, James Cameron's Aliens in it as well, and so and it did it all in quite a good way, I think. So that's why I think this film's been quite successful. And as I says, I really enjoyed it. Um, there is there is a couple of things in it that I think could have been done a bit better. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Personally, I could have took or left the kind of more Prometheus elements of it. But even like it wasn't so in your face. You could just like, you know, like it wasn't like a big part of the film, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, I kind of just wanted to get into why I thought it was quite, why I think it's done well, because um, I think like a lot of people maybe don't appreciate that it's probably quite hard to do a good alien movie these days, given so given it's such a big story and there's so many films, and you know, even people within the fandom like don't quite always agree on, you know, what the best films are or what's the best direction for Alien to go. So yeah, overall, I would give it probably a 7.5 or 8 out of 10, which to me is pretty good. You know, I would say it firmly sits in there, sort of as probably the third best Alien film in my mind. Although I did enjoy Alien 3 more than some people. But yeah, so yeah, that's why I think it done quite well. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more of this content, then please do subscribe. Bye folks.